This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network. And joining me right now is George Liszicasz. He is the president and CEO of NXT Energy Solutions. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you: SFD on the TSX and NSFDF on the OTCQB. And NXT will be presenting at our upcoming event, the SNN.Network Canada virtual event happening January 6 and 7. To listen to George and the NXT presentation, go to canada.snn.network and register. With that, George, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much, Robert. And I hope that your audience is going to be satisfied with the answers.
I think so. I hope so too. I think we'll do our best today, right? So, this is our first time doing an interview together. So I'd love to start off with a quick overview and history of NXT, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. NXT is a geophysical service provider to the upstream sector in the oil and gas industry. NXT has developed a very unique and standalone technology. It's called the stress field detection method, or SFD for short. And we provide this service to our clients, namely that we identify trapped fluid bodies in the subsurface flying at 500 kilometers an hour at 3,000-meter altitude, based on the variations of stress and also based on the variations of density.
Very good. So what would you say makes this product and your company unique and different compared to your peers out there?
Just to start off, I would start with, your audience probably understand it just as well, that the industry spends billions of dollars on finding new reserves, looking for new reserves, and also tremendous amount of time. And when you take a look at the success rate of the industry, according to Wood Mackenzie, it's about 18-20% onshore of new prospects that have been drilled, and about 7 to 10% offshore. So you can see that there's a tremendous issue here, even though there are a number of technologies available to the industry, namely seismic is the best one, and that is followed by other technologies like full tensor gravimetry, aeromag, and so on and so forth. All combined produce these results. So something is wrong. What is wrong is, or is a problematic, what is the issue here is that the only technology that can identify trapped fluid bodies in the subsurface, it's called trap integrity in oil and gas industry, which means there's a trap, there's a reservoir, there is a seal. So the only technology that can do that is seismic. No other technology can do it. As a result of that, the industry is struggling. So there has to be a complementary tool like ours, which is airborne and can provide the same information. We can provide information on the presence of trap, the reservoir, and also that is sealed. So because the biggest issues in drilling prospect is that there is no reservoir or there is no seal or breached.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the company's business strategy? What exactly is the company selling then? Is it, is it the drones to go and fly over to make sure it's everything, or is it technology that you're then providing the company via a software solution? What is it exactly that your clients are purchasing from NXT in order to accomplish what they're looking to do?
Very good. Good question. The company provides this service that we fly over underexplored areas or frontier areas, and we identified the stems, the post stems, rather than the entire area, which is, let's say, 35,000 square kilometers that would take billions of dollars and 20 years, for conventional technologies to deliver the same result. We survey these areas very, very quickly. I mean, we are flying at 500 kilometers an hour. We identify now only those areas that are highly prospective. So there is a trap, reservoir, and fluid presence, okay? Once we identified it, the client doesn't have to do all these surveys anymore, all the seismic and FTG and Aeromega and so on. What they do is that they focus only on areas that are highly prospective. And NXT does not just give data to this client, we make recommendations. And our recommendations with seismic yield 3 times or threefold the success rate that otherwise it would be with traditional tools. So that's what we
got it. Okay, now it's all coming together a little bit there. So then, in terms of the actual model itself, is it a one-time sale per prospective area, or is there a recurring aspect to the sales proposition here?
We have repeat clients, we have new clients. We have worked in North America. We have worked in South America, in Bolivia, Colombia, Argentina, Guatemala, Belize, and so on. Also in Southeast Asia, and and also in Africa. So just to give you an example, in the latest one in Nigeria that we did, there were 17 prospects drilled inland, and this is Boko Haram area, you know. So we are not subject to the hazards, the land hazards. I mean, the surface hazards. We don't disturb the environment and so on and so forth because we are flying at 3,000 meter altitude. So we made recommendations in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, that seismic was done for, I don't know, 15 years, ongoing. And they drilled, out of the 3 prospects that we recommended in 2 weeks, they drilled 1. 17 dry holes, first discovery. So once we do that, now we are on track with the National Company of Nigeria and so on to do more and more and more work onshore, offshore. The technology works onshore and offshore over any terrain. And so, and environmentally very friendly, non-intrusive.
Got it. And I mean, I have to imagine the amount of analytics that you've been able to collect over the years. I mean, that in and of itself might be its own platform at some point that I'm sure you guys have thought about.
Absolutely. We have a library of data library down in South America, also in Mexico, in the Gulf of Mexico. They just drilled out a number of new prospects of ours. Our average field size is about 100 million barrels. So we are doing pretty good. And we are selling this library, data library right now in South America and also in Africa. So as you said, you know, we have flown over 500,000 line kilometers, and we have a tremendous amount of data that we can sell.
Very good. All right. So, and George, what's your background? I mean, how'd you come into all this?
Well, I was educated in Hungary. I have a degree in electronics, and I came to Canada when I was 28. I didn't speak a word of English. Next year, I was at University of British Columbia taking sciences. And my interest is in the origin of gravity and inertia, both at the general relativity level and the quantum physics level. So that's my passion, basically. And I have a number of inventions. And this technology, it's interesting that you ask. This technology came about, I was hired by a investment banking firm out of New York. There was a problem with the pacemakers in those days. They had to open up the chest and take the battery and exchange the batteries. And that led, you know, because they had to do it very often, it led to infections and death and so on and so forth. So I was asked, you know, if I could have a solution to this problem. And my solution was, you know, to use the body heat to, it's called thermoelectricity, to convert the heat of the body into electricity directly and charge the batteries. And I made a mistake during this process. which basically led to a quantum mechanical phenomena that was not understood. So I, being who I am, once I get the bone, I just go. And so I serendipity. So I developed this technology over the years. A tremendous amount of R&D went into it, and we basically commercialized the technology in 2007.
Well, if quantum technology and quantum computing is a passion of yours, you just must be counting down the days till Q Day. I just learned about Q Day happening, from one of our other presenters. So that I thought you guys should probably talk about that, and make your best guess on when it's coming. But
Yeah.
So George, to close out here, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for 2021?
I would say we are focusing on new contracts, number one, correct? The pandemic didn't affect us in the same way as affected other companies, because we used the time to develop new mapping software, new technologies. We are extremely complementary to seismic, as you know. Also, we are going to, instead, the money is in the ground. The money is not in the service. The money is in the ground. With 70% plus success rate, we are looking for royalties, bonuses, participation rights, and so on and so forth in our new ventures, okay? So also we are looking at other applications of this technology, such as the geothermal, earthquake detections and forecasting, and so on and so forth. But the main focus right now is on securing the contracts.
So George, with that, where can my audience go and find more information about NXT Energy?
Our website is www.nxtenergy.com, and there is a new investors presentation there as well that can be downloaded. If they are interested in the technology, there is information there, our success rate, the companies that we work with. So all information is there, but they can also contact us, information, NXT Energy, I think it's information.com as well, or call us anytime.
Very good. Very good. Well, George, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update and for everybody to go and check out your presentation at our upcoming event.
Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you for the opportunity. Have a good day.